Hi, welcome back. So in this quick video, we will see how can we actually handle the data in our prompt. Yeah, essentially input and output shaping. So we will take two examples. One is analyzing the health data for multiple patients. So here the intention is how can we actually use LLM to actually predict something about maybe a blood sugar level or a blood pressure level of a patient and then predict something out of it. Yeah. But we really wanted to pass the data about the patients and such multiple patients. So how can we actually use a simple prompt to do this? Yeah. So we'll go to the example. So this talks about a prompt which says analyze the following table of patients. You can see here we are trying to pass a table data which is patients records. Yeah. So the prompt is analyze the following table of patients health data for a medical research team. Use a professional tone and format the response as a markdown document with two sections. One is summary, 100 words, identifying trends, and second, recommendations, bullet point list of two actionable suggestions. The table contains weekly blood sugar readings, blood pressure reading for three patients. Ensure the analysis is clear and consider health implications, for example, hypertension risks, etc. Yeah. But you can see here, this prompt has the data passed. Yeah. So we have patient's blood pressure data, patient ID, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and the data. Based on the response on the context of monitoring the hypertension, or base the response on the context of monitoring hypertension. Normal is less than this, elevated is more than, around this, hypertension is more than this 130 by 80. Yeah. So this is how you can actually produce a prompt. So you can see here we are passing basically the data, whatever we need LLM to analyze. And then we are even giving a clear guidelines how it should assume based on the reading when it should assume what data is actually a normal data, what data is an elevated data, and what is the hypertension data. Yeah? And then we are clearly giving what we require and what is the format. We expect basically two sections. One is summary, other one is recommendations. Yeah, and summary should be clearly spelled, 100 words, identifying trends. Recommendations is bulleted point list of two actionable suggestions. Yeah, so this is how the clear prompt. And if I take this, for example, okay, I can't copy here. I will potentially try to edit this and try to copy here. So I'll take this whole, oops, whole prompt and let me see basically like how it's going to look like, let's say in a grok. Okay, and I'm giving the data, sorry, the prompt, and let's see, it's analyzing the patient data, and it has recognized that the table shows weekly blood sugar, sorry, blood pressure reading for three patients. Yeah, and the prompt requires, okay, okay, and you can see here, it's essentially we asked, we need two sections. One is summary, around 100 words, identifying the trends. So summary, it's talking about the trend. The blood pressure data for three patients over 4 weeks reveals distinct trends in hypertension risk. Patient one shows a progressive increase from elevated level to hypertension, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. So it has followed our instruction. Yeah. Second is recommendations, bulleted point list with two actionable suggestions. Yeah. Recommendations, one is implement immediate lifestyle modification for P1 and P2. Yeah, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. Second one is schedule a follow-up. Yeah. Now let's see, can you do this for patient wise? And now you can see the same pattern, but for different patients. So summary, patient one, patient two, patient three. Recommendations, patient one, two recommendations, patient two, two recommendations, patient three, two recommendations. And we asked for a markdown. So it's now coming as a markdown document, .md file. Yeah. So this is how basically with the clear instructions, just okay. So with the proper clear instructions, you can actually even pass the required information. Now, you may be wondering like, okay, in this prompt, I have the data available, so I can pass it. But what about if I need to build an app and I have to bring this data? Maybe this data is available in one of our database, right? How do we actually bring this? So there are multiple techniques available there. One is again using the same prompt template, but then we can inject the data in the template in a placeholder with an actual dynamic data coming from database. So that's one way. Or else we can always pass the context, essentially like the database content as some sort of CSV file or something, and we can say use this CSV file as a patient data and then analyze the stuff. Yeah, this is the second thing. Or the third thing would be like use some sophisticated tools, or MCP tool, for example, a tool which you can bring the database content and you can build the agent which uses this prompt and then use the MCP approach to read the content from database, merge both of them, and then produce this kind of thing. So you can build agentic framework on top of it to do these kind of things. So that's how basically we can actually add the required input to the prompts. Yeah. Now we'll take the second one, a code separation, a code generation, where we are saying, okay, I want to generate a React component using JSX and Tailwind CSS, blah, blah, blah kind of thing, but I'm giving a JSON data snippet. And I'm also saying that the component should allow sorting on the list of calories, etc. Yeah. Now let's see, let's try out this. Anyway, we have opened our Grok. So we can go here as a new one. I've given this prompt as it is. And now what we're asking is it to generate the code. Yeah, and you can see here the component description, the actual code, a compilable code with all the proper imports, constants, and you can see whatever the data that I have passed as a JSON data, it has taken it as a constant variable, and then it has actually created the complete component with proper sorting facility and everything. Yeah, because it has used this map function for sorting, etc. So this is how you can actually use proper templates, proper approach. You can still pass the required the data for your prompts. Yeah. So hope this gives a fair idea and tunes your mindset how better utilize your prompt going forward. Yeah. So we'll stop here. In the next video, we will talk about some other stuffs around conversational flow, like what is memory, how do we maintain a context, how do we maintain a memory, and all that stuff. Yeah. See you then. Bye.